And thanks for staying with us here on the polls. Now, the Achimato Forest Controversy remains on the front burner. This afternoon, we're exploring two fresh angles. First of all, the feasibility of turning the forest into an eco park. We'll be speaking to Kojo Bonsu, the former mayor of Kumasi, and whose regime the beautiful Ratri Park was built. He's calling for some changes to be done. Then we'll also hear from the Nii Odoi Kwao II. He is the head of the Nii Odoi Kwao family of the Owoo area, who now say that the land space at Achimato, where the forest is, does not even belong to the Owoo family. I'm sure that by now you've heard about that argument going around that the original owners of the land is the Owoo family. So they'll be joining us to explore that. But first of all, let's hear from the former mayor of Kumasi, Kojo Bonsu, who is joining us now via Zoom. Thank you so much, sir, for your time. So you've decided to also wade into this controversy. We've heard from a number of figures on this matter on what could possibly be done about this strategic piece of land. But you say we should opt for an eco park. Why?
Yes, because it has become a controversy. But I believe that if it's for Ghana, the land is for Ghana, and even if the Owoo family is claiming part of the land, I think the government should form a consortium and do a very good eco park and give them an equity in the business, so that you don't give the lands to anybody, then somebody will go and build A here, B here, to create confusion. So I believe that eco park is the way for us to go.
And government is giving us indications that the reason for which they're classifying the area is that we don't have the funds. So why not declassify and then give the periphery areas of the land to the original owners?
Finding the money, it's something very easy. With parks, because it can make good money, finding money to build parks is very easy, and it will attract, to bring tourism. I mean, if you're doing, water parks and other things, you'll make money. So I think government should look at it as forming a consortium, giving the Owoo family an equity in it. If it's for to run or whatever, they should look at it from the business point of view, so that Ghana would enjoy out of that.
Some would say a lot of water has gone under the bridge already. We are even hearing of some persons who are giving out this land to other private individuals. So it appears that the land has been dissipated already. So it's too late, isn't it?
It's very sad to hear what you're saying, but I think that whatever the situation, there's a law in this country that if government decides that they want to use the land for anything for government, they will be able to acquire it easily. And it's something that they can talk with the Owoo family or whoever owns part of the land, so that they can put it together. Then the consortium would control the park, because you can't just get up and give it to anybody. Anybody would do any design, and it should be well coordinated.
Already we're hearing from some members of parliament on this. For instance, Samuel Okujeto-Ablakwa talks about the fact that we need to go beyond the controversy and initiate policies that would outrightly ban the sale of state lands. What's your take on that as well?
I agree with Honorable Ablakwa, because you see, if government have good lands and they can use it for something that will benefit the country, why not? Why do we give it to individuals for them to go and use it to build, sell it at exorbitant prices and mess it up? I believe government should come out with, I totally agree with Sami. I think government should be able to do something about that.
So you're a private citizen now. I believe that you have some ideas. Are you willing to engage, for instance, the sector minister on this, so we explore any possible way of bringing in the eco investment that you're talking about?
This government will be leaving the system in a couple of years or 3 years' time. Let my government win. We'll come to power. We'll do a very good park for Ghanaians to enjoy.
But Kojo, I guess that's the source of the problem, the fact that politics has gone into this. Is that not simply the case, that we're politicizing a piece of land, which the original owners are also there asking for government to give the land back to them?
If any government who takes over or any government who's in power should be able to form a consortium with the families to be able to do business, to make sure that government gets its parts and the family gets their part, so that we don't mess it up. There's no politics in this. That is what I believe in.
So, finally, We know that Achimato may just be, of course, a portion of government's grand agenda of sustaining a green environment. They've talked about, for instance, planting more trees and the green agenda. What's your, assessment of the entire agenda and commitment that government has put out there, indicating that they want to green Ghana?
Green Ghana is a very good and a positive idea. In fact, I have been to the park and to the forest a couple of days ago. I've assessed the place. I mean, we have to look at the topography of the place. But I believe that if government says it's going to green the place,
Okay, well, it appears that we've lost touch with Kojo Bunzu there, but obviously the point has been made. His call is that there should be an eco-investment, green fund to reinvest in the place and then give some equity to the family involved. But then guess what? We have a new revelation for you. Just take a look at this document. Well, it's very, very, very bulky, but it's bringing out new revelations about the original owners, arguably the original owners of the Achimato Forest Reserve that you know about. There's one family, the Odoi Kwao family, which is claiming that it has ownership, original ownership over the place. Nii Odoi Kwao, the second, is the head of that family. He's joining us now in studio to have a conversation. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. Honestly, I have not seen this book before in my life, so I'm presuming that it has a lot of information. Just share that with us. First of all, on what basis are you claiming ownership over this strategic piece of land?
Thank you very much.
Right.
Nii Odoi Kwao family is not claiming sole ownership of the land.
Okay.
We are saying that the land in question belongs to the Owoo stool,
Oh, really?
in which Nii Odoi Kwao family is part of. So the book.
So it's like there's a history behind this very piece of land we're talking about.
Oh yes, there is history behind it.
Break that down for us.
We are saying that the Owoo family had nothing at the Achimato Forest. The Owoo family that were claimed to petition the government for the land is not true. They have no business petitioning the government in the first place because they have nothing there from the records that are here.
So from the records you have, who are the original owners of that piece of land?
It is the Owoo stool. But the Owoo stool, it is made up of individual families.
Okay.
That include the Nii Odoi Kwao family.
Okay.
We have the Adjuate family, we have
Okay.
the Masope family. So I have the families that claim when the land was built to be acquired. So those families,
And this
they
dates
are
back
here.
to which date? You can feel free to share that with us.
That is in 1921.
Okay.
You see, 1921 it started. Even it started in 1919. I think because of just immediately after the First World War.
Okay.
And these acquisitions started.
Started.
Yeah. And you see, let me give you a background of the Owoo family.
Okay.
There was a man called Nii Owoo, William Owoo, in Owoo. And during the poll tax ordinance in 1839, when the colonial government decided that we should pay a poll tax to be used to develop Accra, we refused. And he was a little educated, so he acted as a spokesperson and an interpreter between the indigenous people and the colonial government. In the end, he betrayed his own people. So he was ostracized from Owoo. And then he sojourned in Accra with the Gbese people.
Okay.
Nii Owoo himself died in 1867. And he had no child at his death. So nobody succeeded him. Nii Owoo has nothing. He sojourned with the Gbese people. So when this acquisition came in 1921, Nii Owoo's sister's children constitute themselves into a Nii Owoo family and came for
this land we are talking
for
about.
this land. Now, when they came on the ticket of the Gbese Manche, because it is the Gbese Manche who gave him a place as a refugee
to live after
and that place includes parts of the near the Achimato Forest.
So how come that we are hearing of this new name of the Owoo family? Are they the same people from within the same clan that you're referring to, or these are new sets of people that you have no idea about?
What I can tell you for a fact is that those who constituted themselves as the Owoo family, who were dealt with in this document during the acquisition, they were given nothing. What they were given was that Gbese Manche sent him to go and look for a compensation for the crops of those who have made farms there and those who have little cottages and all that. And he went and bid for 4,000. But in the final...
4,000
pounds.
Pounds at the time.
At the time.
Okay.
In the final analysis, he was given 2,000 pounds, which I have it here. He was given 2,000 pounds, and he handed over only 100 pounds to the Gbese Manche.
And it's captured in this document?
Oh, it's captured in the documents that I have here. I will leave this document.
Obviously, we'll spend time.
Yes, so that you spend time.
Right.
So what happened was that J. Jackson, there was a judgment on the acquisition.
So this is this.
Yes, this
so
is a judgment.
It's a colonial judgment.
It's a colonial judgment.
Okay, right.
Which I culled from this document. Yes,
right.
I've numbered it number 3.
Yes.
Yes. I have 7 documents not numbering here.
Okay.
So what happened was that they were outright dismissed, but they got that initial amount of the 1,900, the 2,000. That is for the crops and other things.
Right.
So later on, when the acquisition, after the judgment and everything
was given,
they were out. Then they came back again. That they outright, you know, when they acquired the Prince of Wales, the land for the Prince of Wales College, now Achimato School, and then the University of Gold Coast, now the University of Ghana.
Right.
They said they need fuel wood to power their kitchens, to prepare food for them. Right. So if you go to Achimato right now, where you have the forestry, their regional offices, you see that the trees are deliberately lined up. It was a deliberate... The Accra land is not a forest land. It is some... I can say some useless shrubs and this thing that. So a deliberate attempt was made to put up trees to serve the purpose.
So it was an intent to make that place a green belt.
A green belt.
Right. But what's the acreage in question here? Do we know about that?
It's about 2,000 and over acreage.
And that's what your family is entitled to, the
Owoo people. I'm talking on behalf of the Owoo people
so this
now.
is not just a matter of
the Roper family
coming and saying...
No, I'm talking about the Owoo people, because look at what I'm having. I'm having Owoo names.
Okay.
The Owoo family names. These are families.
Right. I see over 12 or...
Over 12. There are 14.
14 in all.
And I have everybody's plan, side plan that were...
So there's even a side plan in
there. There are side plan, 14 indicating everyone, this thing. And then the government at that time also made a composite plan and showed everybody. There is a legend that shows everybody's portion that they are claiming.
So if you hear anywhere, and now I'm sure you've heard that news, that government is saying the land originally belongs to the Owoo family, you're saying that family is non-existent, or
yes, it's a scam. It's a scam.
The name is a scam?
Yes, it's a scam. Because Owoo family does not exist in Owoo. That's number one. And they are saying that the Owoo family petitioned them. I'm telling you, there are thousands and thousands of petitions that the Accra people have made to the government. Not even Accra people, the whole of Ghana.
Right.
almost every tribe and every area had made petitions to the government for land to be released. Why only the Owoo family? And look at the quantum. So we are saying that, okay, fine. We cannot fight government. If government want to release land, and they are sure they are releasing the land, it is not to the Owoo family. It should be to the people of Osu.
So that's the position of the stool on this.
That's the position. That's why I'm here today.
Have you been able to identify the lead, the person who's going ahead to act on behalf of this supposed Owoo family and is dealing with government?
We have not. We only hear of one John Asiedu as a legal representative of the Owoo family. I googled his name. He's not part of the legal fraternity in Ghana. So I don't know where he's coming from. Have you heard of any of the Owoo families talking? This afternoon, I think I saw some communique by some people, including Neil and Tevan Dapwell, saying that they are also part of the Owoo family, and so if there is anything, they have to be included. It means they don't know. They have nothing there. And I'm telling you, this is what is being happening in Ghana today. They find some family name. You see, when you look at the claimants, there is one Owoo. There is Owoo family, the first one.
The very first
The
name.
very first one. And these are all claimants. But the award of the...
So that's supposed to be George.
Yes.
William George Boy Owoo, right?
Yes, William George Boy Owoo.
Yeah, head of the Owoo
family. Yes, at the time.
So there is indeed an Owoo family.
There is it. Oh, so we are saying that they came. They came with their claim and everything, and they were dismissed because they committed fraud at the time. And if today there is an Owoo family claiming the Achimato Forest, then it is fraud. That's what we are saying.
And your assessment is based on the judgment.
Based upon the judgment, it's fraud.
Going forward, what are we to expect from the Osu stool? Are you going to? Do you intend to engage government?
We want to go to court. We want to go to court.
You'll be going to court?
We will be going to court, even though we have some reservations. We will be going to court, and then we will petition the government as well. We will petition the government that, fine, if they said they want to release their land, we are all for it.
So what's the preferred mode for the Osu stool in terms of giving back the land? Is it the case that you want the land back, or perhaps you want government to redevelop this area so you have your share in it as the stool? What's the mode of giving back the land that you'd prefer?
You see where we are sitting down here in Joy FM. Yeah. According to the Constitution, if government wants this place for the public good, he will come and acquire it.
Right.
And as the rule says, they will give you adequate compensation. Right. So, why? If government wants to give the land back to us, it means they have nothing to do with the land. But you see, the hula baloo about all these things is that the place serves some public good by way of what? Draining the city.
And also being a green...
And being a green belt so that it can have a cover for carbon,
and all of that.
This thing, greenhouse,
and the climate,
this thing, and all that. So if that is the purpose, why, if they give it to the family, let's assume that they are giving it to the family, will they control what is the government or the district assembly in that area? What is the plan for that area? The family will still have to abide by the plan, even if it is given to whoever.
Yeah, your point is, after all, even if the land is given back, you will still have to...
You are subject to the plan of the area and everything. Right. So if it will be used to forest, it's the same thing.
But just that there must be adequate compensation, and you believe that should not be going to the Owoo family.
No!
Now, have you gone to look for, the other families involved? Have you spoken and engaged all of them, and what sense do you get from them on
that
this?
That is the Osu stool. Osu stool, all these families comprise also Osu stool.
Okay,
and we are together.
Sort of like from the same...
We are from the same stock. Right. Yes. So I'm speaking on behalf of the Osu stool. I have a stake in the Osu stool. Right. I am Nii Odoi Kwao the second. Our family, the Nii Odoi Kwao family, we own the primest land in Accra. from Asylum down, we call it the Akanicho lands. So even Jowulu, hitherto we were not selling land. Jowulu should not be a settlement area. Jowulu is a drain for the waters that come from the Aburi Mountains and the rest. It's a drain. It is so the water is collected there and enters into the sea gradually.
And this brings to mind the issue about what's happening in Accra. So many lands being taken and private developments happening all across. Is there also still worried about how some of these things are happening here in the national capital?
We are very much worried. We are very much worried. As at now, I can give you an example. You know, we have a land behind the WAEC, the Ridge Hospital.
Okay.
Yes, it is called Odoi Kwao Gong. That is Odoi Kwao Hill. We mine these stones there. The government, the colonial government took it and gave us 70 pounds per acre. It is 7 acres. Now, most of the roads in Accra here, the stones are carved from that place. They mined into a certain depth, deep. So the land was reclaimed. We have written petitions upon petitions for the land to be released to us. If government want to release any land, that should be that land. But you know what they do? They sell the land, they convert the land into their own companies. One company called Funland.
Well, because of legal implications, we will not.
Oh yes, okay, all right. Mention
the
it.
names,
Yes,
right? But
okay.
generally, that's
their modus operandi.
Right, happening. That anytime state lands are given back,
yes,
then it becomes a conduit for
this thing. So when they don't genuinely hand over the lands back to the owners. They do it when there is a share for officials to. I'm not talking of political parties or this thing, but I'm talking of power, those in power. Those in power can be government officials, can be civil servants
as well.
Can be even messengers and everything.
Right. Once they get the chance.
Once they get the chance.
Now, we know that the sector minister says he will be setting up a committee to investigate the matters. Are you willing to avail these documents that you have brought before us today to that committee to look into the matters?
Yes, I can tell you that last week, the minister came to your sister station, Asempa,
yes,
and said they don't have any documents on the matter, but they bundled around the 4,000 that the Owoo family received. So I called in and said, no. Once the minister have said this, we needed a rejoinder. So I'm saying that Owoo family never received any 4,000. So I am thinking that by now, the minister would have contacted our stool and the family, because we also deserve that respect. We also deserve that respect. We are there before they came. We are there. We are there as custodians as well as rulers and everything before they were even born.
Right.
So they needed, if they want to do a good job. It's not every day we have to go to government and beg. We are not begging them. We have not written to them that they should release any Achimota land for us. But if they are saying so, we are saying that those are the wrong people they are going to release the land to.
Are you challenging anyone at all? That, well, if you claim you're a member of the Owoo family, show up yourself and let's identify where exactly you're coming from.
So we are challenging both.
Are you throwing that challenge?
I'm throwing that challenge to both the giver and the taker. The giver and the taker. I wanted the Owoo family. Have you heard any of them speaking? Have you heard of any of the Owoo family speaking? No.
But recently they issued a statement indicating that they feel they have not been treated well. I'm sure that you've seen that
statements can be issued. Even the ones they issued this afternoon, they said they are not in the know. So they must be included. There is one lawyer talking for them. So I want to, I will bet you, if you find those Owoos who made the petition, let me know. And then I will come and meet them here. And then ask them questions.
Interesting points you're raising there. And I'm also interested in the history about the Achimato Forest Reserve itself. traditionally speaking, that area, does it hold any significance traditionally for which it has not been developed for such a long time? Because if you look at even the pictures that we're seeing right now, it looks well preserved. And this is not, I'm not sure this happened just over a day or a year or two. This must have been a plan to keep the place and to make it as it is today. Was there any traditional significance to that?
Yes, there is. We call it Musuko. Musuko. That is evil forest. Because our ancestors demarcated certain places as Musuko to preserve species of trees, certain animal species, and even to preserve the environment by a place holding water, a place in having fresh air and all that. So we have Musuko. Currently,
what's the name again?
Musuko.
Okay.
Evil forest.
So
yes,
the Achimato area was an evil forest.
Evil forest. You don't have to enter. And what happened was that when the acquisition was made, Accra lands, like I told you, you will see Bubuyashi. Bu, that is whole. Jowulu. A raven. Accra is made up of that rugged type of land. So when you have a place like the Legon is Nii Legon. That is Knowledge Hill. Yes. Those places are a little higher grounds so that flooding and such things don't occur there.
But for Achimato, it was...
So that is why they chose that place to establish the Prince of Wales College, which is now the Achimato College, and then the University of the Gold Coast. So after the acquisition, the whole area was demarcated to protect the vegetation, and then, like I said, to provide fuel wood for the canteens and the kitchen of the... So what happened is that our people agreed. And that place served as a forest area where we go and have our quiet time and stuff like that.
So there is a tradition.
There is a traditional significance of that place.
Okay then. And going forward, now we know that the issue, as you heard from Kojo Bonsu, the former mayor of Kumasi, about some suggestions that experts are making that let's try and redevelop the area. Let's make it green enough, putting an investment there, make it a tourist park so that people can visit, and then there will be an equity for the family. In this case, you're saying it's for the stool, so the stool perhaps will have an equity in that. Is that a laudable idea, an idea that the Osu stool will welcome?
Come to Osu and see the poverty and see how our lands had been taken and we are restricted to a certain small area, which we are all struggling to survive in. If we have something that will give us income in order to improve our lot, why not? Why not? And that's what we are fighting for. That we never knew government had made such concession, because it's something we have been fighting over all these years.
Okay. Because we need to go, we just have a minute, but what will be your message to government for them to consider as we conclude this conversation?
My message to government is simple. Please, if you meant it, that you want to release land to the rightful owners whom acquisition was made, the EI 144, that land must come to the Osu stool and nobody else.
All right then. Thank you so much. That's Nii Odoi Kwao, the second head of the Nii Odoi Kwao family. And of course, you had the arguments there. We'll still keep an eye on this. You're still watching The Pulse. We'll return shortly after this break.